So hello, welcome to issue 51 of the Terminator. In this issue, apart from the parts, we're going to be needing some glue, and we will be doing some work on Terminator, so he is sat there ready. So let's begin with a parts check. There isn't a massive amount this week, and as you can see, some of the parts have been partly assembled for us, but we start off with 51-1, which is a pelvic plate. Now this is plastic, you wouldn't believe it, but it's really nicely painted. Part 51-2 is the hip socket. Again, this is plastic. And we finish up with the muscle connector, which is this piece here. No screws, nothing like that, but as I say, we'll need tweezers. We'll need the assembly from stage 50 and super glue and a cocktail stick. So we will begin with take the assembly from stage 50 and identify the two holes in the pelvic shields for T-800. So let's have a look, and we have two holes just there, and I'll point them out with the cocktail stick there and there. And 49-1 where the plate will be fitted. Fit the pelvic plate 51-1 in place so that the two pegs on the lower edge fit into the holes identified in step 1. And I can see from the instructions that it's going to go in this way because, let me just pop him down. As you place it in, you can see this line there. So as you place it in this way, the line isn't really there, and that's just simply going to go in, hopefully like so. Oh, and I can see that's a beautiful fit. So in fact, it's such a good fit, I'm struggling to get it out. So there's the two holes, there's the two pegs, and that will pop in like that. Now it doesn't say anything about gluing, and I got to be honest with you, it's such a good fit. I don't think it's going to, I say it's a good fit, I now can't get it in. Okay guys, I see what's happening now. So what they forgot to mention is actually two little holes there on the sides as well. I'm sorry this is difficult to spot. And then there's two little, see there's a little triangular tab. That triangular tab, so it's a little bit fiddly. You need to get that triangular tab in and line that up and then push it down. And once you see there, I've now lined it up. As you push it in, the whole thing should go into place like so. And there we go. Now, I just want to go a little bit off track. I've had a comment mentioned on one of my earlier videos that perhaps this spine is on the wrong way round. That obviously concerns me. A, I don't like doing the builds incorrect, and B, I don't like showing you how to do it wrong. So I did have a little look. Now I'm going to bring in the magazine. Now you see from this picture you've got these little tabs on the side, and those tabs seem to be at the rear of the actual Terminator, and you can see there that they're at the rear on mine. So for now I'm going to assume that my spine is on correctly. If obviously I end up having problems later on down the line, I'll know that the instructions are incorrect and I can always fix it. The majority of this has been put together with screws, so if you ever need to unassemble it, all you need to do is work backwards, identify the screws, take them out, put them into a separate pot, labelled very carefully. Keep working backwards until you get to the part that you want to correct. And then once you put it all together again, you work forwards, and all your screws has been labelled, so it's easy enough to find. So on to step 4. I'm just going to pop him to one side for the moment, and we will be needing the inner recesses of the hip socket, which is this piece here. And what we're going to be doing, I've now got to bring in Terminator again. This thing's getting rather heavy, so it is difficult to move it around. So eventually it's going to be going into here, and I can see that we've got two little recesses in there, and that's going to go on lining those recesses, and it looks like this is possibly one direction. There we go. So that goes on like that. Now it's telling us to glue this on. Is it telling us to? Yes, it's telling us to glue this on, and I'm going to suggest that that's free choice, because this bit here looks like a screw hole. So once we glue that on, once we place something onto there and screw it in, it's going to hold that on anyway. So I would suggest it's not absolutely critical to glue that on, but I will glue it on. I'm going to just twist his spine a little bit. The reason I'm going to glue it on is simply because it tells us to. So we get my, now I'm using super glue gel. If you're using super glue gel, give it a really good shake beforehand. I'm not sure, I think super glue gel is made up of two different substances, and they work by the mixing of each other, and they don't really seem to want to stay together, so they do separate in the pot. But I'm going to pop the glue onto the peg. Now if you put if you put too much on, it won't matter too much because the whole area is going to be covered, but try to keep in the swing of putting just enough glue on. There we go. And I'm just going to hold that down for about 5 seconds, and that's stuck on. So there we go. And that is the end of that episode, because this piece isn't going to be fitted this week. So that's obviously going to come into play in a future issue. So there it is, guys. Not a massive amount, it's a lot more cosmetic in preparation. We've placed this plate in, which does, I think, make a big difference. We've got this hip socket in ready for whatever's going in there, and then we've got this piece in, which I think is going to have something to do with this, but that's purely speculation. So yes, guys, so that's that episode done, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.